In this video we're going to talk about the remote system for the TC50. It comes with a series of different sort of straps over the shoulder or a belly pack setup depending on user preference, but the function's all the same. On the side of the unit is the key. This is a smart key, so you're going to want to hold on to it. It syncs the remote with the receiver unit inside the machine itself. To operate, you turn the key 90 degrees. You'll start to see an LED, a green LED, start flashing on the remote itself. That means the remote's good, active, your battery's good. To start the machine, or sync, to sync the remote to the transmitter, you press the start button on the side. You should hear a horn. When you hear the horn, that audible alarm lets you know that the remote's now active and it is connected to the machine. Each of the functions are listed on the face of the remote itself. We have primary conveyor left, right, boom up and down, feed hopper wings up and down, and then boom telescoping in and out. Next up on the toggles, this is a sync function. So when you bring your feed belt speed and primary belt speed to a particular setting and you like it, you want to stay there, you hit that sync function. It now syncs these two dials together. So in the event that you need to shut the belts off, you can run the primary down to 0. It'll automatically drop the feed down to 0. And then as you bring the primary back up, it'll maintain the ratio between the two belts, bringing them back up to speed at the same time. If you're no longer needing the sync function, just 0 both dials out, turn off the sync function, and then go back to running each belt independently. The engine can be controlled through the RPM toggle, RPM up, down. There's presets for the RPM. So next toggle up is the engine RPM switch, RPM up, down. 3 pushes of the RPM up should get you to the operating RPM of 2300. 3 back down will get you to idle. E-stop button. E-stop will shut down the remote and immobilize all the functions, but the engine will keep running. Just twist and unlock the E-stop and cycle the key when you are resolved of whatever reason you had to hit the E-stop. So next up is the toggle control for rate of speed. The reason for this one, if you're in an open area, you have a lot of room to move the boom around and you need to move quickly, you can toggle it up into the rabbit mode. When you move each of the primary conveyor functions, they will move rapidly. It'll move quite quickly. Average operation, you put it into the turtle mode. That leaves these 4 controls more at the basic speeds. And then I drop it down into snail mode if I'm working a stem wall for a concrete pour where that fine, delicate, slow control would be important. And then the final toggle is going to be your feed hopper vibrating. So you flip that toggle on and it will kick on the vibrators on the front of the hopper. They can remain on through the entire operation as you're using them. And then once your vibrators are done and everything's squared away, flip that off. Finally is your 2 belt speed dials. So feed conveyor belt, 0 to 10. Same with primary conveyor, 0 to 10. So on the remote, you have the option to be able to tie or hardline the remote to the machine itself. You have a battery failure, you have no charged batteries, certainly don't want to have to walk away from the job. So each machine comes with 75 feet worth of umbilical cable. It plugs into the side of the remote and then here on the transmitter itself. And then the process, once you're plugged in, of getting the remote back on is the same as though you had a good battery. Turn the key 90 degrees, hit the start button, you should hear the horn honk, and you're back to work.